Hello and welcome back to another Doctor Who figure related video. Yes, it's that time again where all us Doctor Who fans who are into our figures go off to the quest for the B&M sets. Yes, we've had sightings of the sort of October wave of B&M figures. I know it's December, but they finally arrived and I went on a little quest today and I managed to find a couple of these sets. So I found the Planet of the Daleks History of the Daleks set, which is very exciting because of these two drone Daleks. Have a nice little surprise little Easter egg which has only just been revealed, which I'm super excited about to have a little look at that. We have the History of the Daleks set 6, the Evil of the Daleks. So we've got both History of the Daleks sets, which is incredibly exciting because normally the Dalek sets are the most difficult ones to find. And we also have, finally, the last set I managed to pick up was the first Doctor from An Earthly Child with his TARDIS, which looks very beautiful. I feel like a kid at Christmas. This is incredibly exciting, so I thought I'd give you a little unboxing of these figures, give my first reactions to these figures, and of course I will be doing in-depth reviews of all of these figures, what I've got here, and obviously doing my usual comparison to existing figures and how character options have made these new variants of these figures. So yeah, without me waffling on anymore, should we just dive into unboxing? So I think we'll start off with a Dalek set and save the TARDIS for the middle. So if we start off with the Evil of a Dalek set, so let's begin unboxing Dalek set. Yeah, this has come at a good time since we've just had Evil of a Daleks released, well, animated, which is quite nice, so you can have that next to your steelbook. But yeah, I got these sets in my university lunch break. You can see that I am using my time very wisely. Instead of doing assessments, I'm taking trips to B&M to get some dollies, which, you know, priorities and all that. So this is, out of the History of Daleks set, out of the two History of Daleks sets from this wave, I've got to be honest, it's probably my least favourite of the bunch, simply because I feel like this set for me, I've got simply just because of completist reasons, because I've got an Emperor Guard Dalek, I've got two of those, but obviously this is a slight variant because I'm trying to get a complete Doctor Who collection, so I knew if I missed it, I'd kick myself, so I've sort of got this out of just completist reasons. But yeah, hopefully having these figures in hand, this will change my opinion. So let's get the Daleks out of the packaging, because, you know, one can never have too many Daleks. Emperor Guard Dalek, very nice. Hopefully you can see it. I will try and do some close-ups at the end of the video so you can have a closer look at the figures. But of course, I will be doing reviews. As you can see, this has a 1970s Dalek eye. You can see that the pupil has been ever so slightly painted, much like the Power Drone Dalek from the Power of a Dalek set with the mutant scoop. But I have to say, I really like that. It looks very menacing with that sort of smaller pupil. Do you know what? Gets a thumbs up from initial reaction. I actually do like it, actually. But yeah, nice to have another Emperor Guard Dalek. Pretty happy with that. But the main exciting factor, I say factor, the main human factor Dalek, which I was very excited about, and probably the main drawing factor for this set for me, was the 60s drone Dalek, but with a pupil, because in that story, there was a Dalek what had the pupil as seen on the 1970s Daleks. For me, this is quite nostalgic because I got the Corgi Dalek, and it was basically a 60s Dalek with a pupil, and obviously I'm a big fan of Product Enterprise, so this is basically, for me, character options tribute to Product Enterprise and Corgi in a way, but I know it featured an Evil of the Daleks, but it's really nice actually, really nice little oddity. I mean, I was hoping character options would do the Wilkie Dalek, but you know what? I really like that. I really like that, despite it just being like adding a 1970s Dalek eye and just keeping the pupil. I love that actually. I really do rate it. So yeah, Evil of the Daleks might be a bit of an underdog set himself. Yes, William Hartnell, the first Doctor in this TARDIS. Oh yes, quite exciting. Yeah, this is probably one of the standout sets from this wave, mainly because of the TARDIS, because it looks very exciting. I can't wait to unbox it. But yeah, when I went to B&M, all the TARDIS boxes were damaged and battered. I guess much like the TARDIS prop. So yeah, I was just trying to find one what had good quality control and a decent box. So let's unbox it and give it a little smell. New toy smell. Oh, it's beautiful. yeah, really nostalgic new toy smell. One of my favourite smells actually, new toys. It's just, oh, it takes you back to being a kid. I mean, I still am a kid. I'm a big kid, but there we go. We have the set out of the packaging. Very exciting, very cool. Got Mr. Hartnell there chilling. Just got to try and work out how to get it out of its plastic prison. I think we're going to have to get the old scissors on this one actually. So about 5 minutes later and about 5 different sonic screwdrivers, we have the TARDIS out, and doesn't it look absolutely splendid? This is the new First Doctor TARDIS. You can see we've got a new roof and a new sort of funnel lens lamp, and new windows, which have been great. If I can just get the original First Doctor TARDIS here, you can see the differences quite staggering. The differences, isn't it? Sort of a different blue, a lot more weathered. We've got these sort of way of character options, getting rid of the sort of St. John's Ambulance sort of bargo, because they can't use the St. John's Ambulance logo anymore on merch, so they sort of give it sort of a washed, worn out look, which I really dig. But yeah, really nice to have this TARDIS, and it definitely does look like a little model you would see in like the Keys of Marinus. It is really stunning. So that is the TARDIS. Of course, I'll give you a closer look at the TARDIS at the end of the video, but let's get a little Billy Hartnell out of his packaging and have a closer look at the figure. So just get it out like so. There we go. Here is the First Doctor from Unearthly Child. As you can see, he's got his little scarf. He doesn't have his cloak this time, so this seems to be a bit of new tooling actually. And rather interestingly, he's got sort of grey brown trousers. Not accurate to the story at all. It seems like they're going for sort of a comic book look for the First Doctor, and yeah, it's quite an interesting figure actually, and it's quite bizarre with the shirt. It seems to have like a bluey hue underneath, like a blue tinge to it. Don't know if you can see on camera because I can't see because I'm filming on my phone, but yeah, of course I'll give you a closer look at the figure. But that is First Doctor and TARDIS. Really lovely set actually. Do you like that? Especially for this TARDIS, it's gorgeous. On to the final box, the Planet of the Daleks History of the Daleks set. Obviously this set caused a bit of a stir online because it wasn't the Planet of the Daleks set we expected. You know, it doesn't have the Planet Supreme Dalek or the anti-lightwave reflective Dalek. It is just 2 gunmetal grey drones, which fine by me because I love them. But of course I do think we are going to see another Planet of the Dalek set in the line. There we are, out of the box, out of its plastic prison, out of the ice caves, onto display. But yeah, I'm so excited about these because as a massive Third Doctor fan, you know, he's my favourite Doctor if you didn't know. It's great to finally have actual Daleks from his era on our shelves instead of sort of weird approximations, because we've actually got the lovely gunmetal grey paint. So let's unbox these bad boys and let's take a closer look at them. So we just undo one of them like so. You can just get it out like so. There we go. So the cool thing about these Daleks, if you don't know, is they lift up and you can see the little mutant underneath, which is very cool, and you still have the dome articulation. So this is some great bits of engineering. It is absolutely wonderful, and quite interestingly, these have got sort of different eye stalks. One's got a smaller pupil, the other's got a bigger pupil. And I believe that there's a new eye stalk, as you can see, with the different rings on the dome. But there's a slight little indentation within the actual eye. I don't know how well you can see it on camera. Obviously I'll do a close-up of the Daleks, but yeah, this dome is definitely quite keen to show his mutant. He's quite proud of his mutant in this Dalek. He's just very loose, but yeah, this is really cool. I'm absolutely in awe of these. I love me some gunmetal grey Daleks. So let's take a closer look at these actual figures in hand. So taking a quick closer look at the figures. So if we take a closer look at the Evil of a Dalek set there, you can see the little drone 60s Dalek with the pupil, which, like I say, very nostalgic of 90s Doctor Who merchandise like Project Enterprise and Corgi. Really do have a soft spot for it actually. Really like having that little addition. It just feels like a nice little oddity on the shelves against your other 60s Daleks, because like I say, I sort of got 60s Dalek fatigue. But yeah, nice little addition and a little variant on the shelf. The Emperor Guard Dalek, as you can see, it's got the 70s Dalek pupil painted there. and it looks really nice actually. It looks very menacing. If you catch it at certain angles, it does look like it's staring into your soul, which is very cool. First Doctor, quite interesting, very pale actually, very pale figure compared to the other First Doctor figures. But yeah, very nice, intriguing variant of the First Doctor. And like I say, he's got a slight sort of blue tinge to his shirt, which is kind of interesting. Trouser gate begins. This isn't slightly different to the Centrite trousers actually. Don't quite match the Centrite trousers. I think they're more of a darker brown compared to those other ones. But yeah, nice little sort of oddity First Doctor. That sort of reminds me of that sort of book you'd see. I think it's Space Adventures or something like that. One of the Doctor Who books from the time. But the main star of the show, of course, is the TARDIS, and doesn't that look absolutely stunning? Sadly, you can see sort of the new sort of roof joint, but you know what? I don't really care. It looks absolutely stunning. You've got the sort of updated windows there, the sort of worn, washed out look of the St. John's ambulance. Just looks great. The new lamp there, it is just wonderful, beautifully weathered. Really gets the sort of Artex sort of wood sort of grain effect on it. It just looks absolutely stunning. I love it. It's great. Absolutely great little piece that is. And we have the Planet of the Daleks set. Yeah, what a lovely set that is. Just have that addition of the mutant there, and of course you can see the Third Doctor there on the screen. Don't know if you can see. You can just make out the Third Doctor there, which is a really nice little touch. And like I say, the eye stalk has a slight sort of ellipsis, so it sort of has a sort of sense of depth, which is great. And if you compare it to the other one, you can see that this one has a bit more of a chunky pupil, so it looks more very 70s. Again, has the same sort of feature that the domes can pop up, and it's just really lovely. It's really nice, a little feature, and there's the new sort of eye stalk for it, which is a great little addition. And if we just grab a Day of the Daleks gunmetal drone Dalek, you can see the differences there in it and sort of the shades. But yeah, very cool, but it doesn't have that lovely cool feature there, which is really nice. So that is my quick little unboxing of these B&M sets so far. Hopefully I'll find the 5 Doctors and Earthshock set, and I will be reviewing all of these sets as well. So thank you very much for watching this quick video. Hope that you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time for more Doctor Who figure related content. Bye bye.